Hello everybody, and welcome to today's session where we're going to be talking all about how you can unlock multi-channel growth and increase your revenue by 20% in 2025. Before we jump in, a few housekeeping. We are recording the session for those who couldn't be with us today, and we'll also be sharing the link with you as well. I've also left some time at the end for a Q&A. So as we move through, if you have any questions or anything comes to mind, please drop it in the chat and we can then discuss it. So let's get going, shall we? I'm guessing you're wondering why the 10%? What is that all about? Well, a while ago, I actually came across a really interesting insight. This stated that 67% of business strategies fail and 90% failed to execute them successfully. And that kind of got me wondering as to why. Why do only 10% of strategies get executed successfully? And what are they doing that 10%? And how can we have a chunk of that so that we can grow our business incrementally? So that's what we're going to be talking about today, how to resolve it. So today is all about if you want to drive your revenue and profit ahead of the category average, you need to define a cohesive multi-channel strategy, creating incremental revenue streams for 2025. Many businesses have multi-channel strategies. They're not necessarily cohesive. Are you looking for ways to building more effective customer partnerships? That's how do you take your relationship with your key partners beyond that price discussion and really add value to both your businesses? If you want a framework that's simple, practical, action focused, and repeatable so that your team have clarity and confidence whilst executing. And you want to achieve, or sincerely like to achieve, incremental revenue growth of plus 20%. And I claim the 20% because that is the average incremental growth achieved by my clients that I've worked with previously. So today we will explore how you can uncover those new market opportunities and identify those as yet untapped spaces to grow so that you can strengthen your competitive edge. You can build those more effective strategic customer partnerships, and you can build one team alignment. This is so critical to do. So many businesses, they're all going towards the same goal. They're not all necessarily moving together. And you ensure every team member understands their role in unlocking those new sales and accelerating your profit growth. So I'll be introducing you to my 4-step to rapid growth framework. This not only unlocks significant revenue growth and helps you achieve your ambitious 2025 goals, but it also equips your team to deliver this. So for those of you who don't know me or Niki Sterling Consulting Limited very well, I'm obviously Niki. It's an absolute pleasure being here with you today. And it's really critical to us that we have a passion for helping businesses get to that next level of growth and to achieve their ambitions. And as we say, our genius is unlocking multi-channel growth, finding those spaces to play. We like to work with our clients to create rapid growth, revenue and profit across a diverse portfolio of categories and markets. So what's unique about NSC? I personally have 30 years experience of partnering with senior leaders in multinational and SME businesses across multiple categories and markets. And it's all about helping them to deliver those rapid results. To be honest, what I will not do is give you a massive glossy presentation telling you what you already know and then head for the hills. But what I will do is I will challenge the status quo and I will go digging for gold because there's gold in every business. There's nuggets somewhere to be had. I will give you frameworks that are simple, practical, and effective. And I will also show you how easy they are to embed and utilize in your business. Your teams will find them very easy to use and effective. and I will help take your business to the next level. And you will deliver results in 2025. And how I can make that promise to you is that I will not take on a brief if I don't believe I can make a tangible result to your business. Expand your space to play. What's this all about? So, we do like to sit in our safe space. We know what we know and we know how to do it. How many times have you heard the words, we always do this, it works, we're successful? And yes, you're absolutely right. You do it. It does work and you are successful today. But does that mean it will still be fit for purpose? Maybe 8 months, 12 months down the line, are you really future-proofing your business? So what happens when we step out of our safe space and what keeps us in our safe space? Well, one of the common threads that I found across the multiple businesses that I've worked with is that they do not have a cohesive channel strategy. And when they don't have this, what tends to happen and what you see is you have a disconnect across the functions. That starts to lead to you missing your goals, not delivering the profit and revenue targets, and a very frustrated team. So, how can we resolve this? Well, what I actually did was I talked to loads and loads of people across the businesses, at all levels of the business, across all the functions, really trying to understand what the disconnect was and what can we do to bridge those gaps, to eliminate those missing links. And so this is what enabled me to define my 4 steps to rapid growth framework. So expand your space to play. It's all about uncovering hidden market opportunities and redefine where you compete, future-proofing your business and getting that cohesive multi-channel strategy. So what does the framework look like? Well, this is the framework in essence. It's very simple, it's practical, it's action focused, and it's repeatable, and it does deliver additional revenue and profit. It doesn't take a long time to go through this process. One of my clients that I've recently worked with actually went through the framework in around 4 months. And what it does do, it gets you moving very quickly towards your goals. So what's it all about? Well, at the heart of everything we do is our customer. It's very important to us that they have a great experience with us and that their customers also have a great experience. But when we step into the framework, we start with mapping the strategies. This is all about the insights in the analytics. What are the opportunities and what are the risks? And it's really externally focused. We all know what's going on in our business today and we all know where we want to get to, but what's actually happening outside? We then move into refining the strategies. And in this phase, we really try to tease out those missing links and understand if everything is going through the line. So, are your strategies aligned to the insights? Are your action plans lining up to your strategies? And are your rewards also linked to your action plans? Then we move into the workshop activation phase. And this is where we invite all the multiple stakeholders in, all angles are considered, and develop a shared vision and priorities. So we start to get rid of that disconnect across the functions. And then focused application. This is all about accountability and a regular cadence and consistency of reviews. So we start with mapping strategies. So a little bit digger deeping now. I suspect you're thinking, why on earth has she got an iceberg on that page? Well, really, when you start digging into this and the insights, they're just like an iceberg. We all know what's going on above the waterline. We live with it day to day. We have our KPIs, we have our customers' feedback, we have our regular reviews. But how often do you really deep dive beneath the surface and understand what's really going on? And why is that important? Because if you don't do it, things can trip you up. You can get caught unawares unexpectedly. And ask yourself, does this relate to you? This is especially true when we're being successful, when the numbers are strong, the customers are behaving themselves, and you're gaining visibility. It's quite easy to ride the tide of success. But this really should become part of your business planning process to make sure you're ready for anything. So why do it? It will really unearth what's driving the market and give you those deeper insights into the forces that's shaping your market, not just today, but tomorrow. What can potentially come down the line and trip you up? And conversely, also what's out there that's a major opportunity for you haven't spotted yet. You will discover and untap those opportunities and identify your new spaces to play and enable you to expand your competitive edge. It will also identify the key inflection points where you shift from safe tactics to bold growth drivers that will unlock significant growth for your business. So take you out of your safe space into expand your space. And how can you do that? I have a really simple 6 levers for growth framework. This will help you quickly and easily unearth those opportunities. I'm not actually going to go through the levers for growth for framework today, but what I can do, if you'd like to book a discovery call with me, I'm very happy to take you through it, and I'll tell you how you can book a discovery call at the end. And the outcome that you will get from doing this process is a clear, actionable roadmap of quantifiable opportunities to unlock new revenue streams, enhance current ones, and drive rapid results. What I didn't say then, actually, and forgive me, is not only does it uncover those opportunities, it enables me to better understand your market and your business and check out how they're mapping together. So next, we step into refining the strategies. So this really is your stop and think. Um, Really challenging yourself. Is everything through the line? As I said before, do your strategies map to your insights? Do your plans map to your strategies? And are your rewards aligned to your plans? And I'll give you an example in a moment why that is also critically important. So why do it? Because you're pressure testing everything now, you're going to future-proof your business. You're digging into everything. It will ensure you can withstand market changes and win in today's challenging markets. They're very challenging, they're ever evolving. It will ensure your strategies are laser focused. You've really boiled them down to what you need to do, and they will be adaptable. Therefore, that if you need to course correct, you can do so quickly without having to go backwards to go forwards again. And it will enable you to capitalize on new and emerging growth opportunities. You will understand your customer needs and ensure your strategies are aligned so you become part of their strategy, not just trying to fit in with a business plan, and ensure every metric and performance measure is aligned to your strategies to drive your desired outcomes. So a quick example of what can happen when you don't do that. A previous client that I worked with had 3 product groups within the market. One was a legacy product. One was a developing product which had been in the market for about 2 years and was really starting to gain some traction. And the other was a brand new product that was value added and was going to untap new customers and really drive category growth as well as the business growth. What this particular team did, they were very successful in their safe space. They delivered their revenue year on year and were deemed very successful. However, what they decided to do was to stay in their safe space and continue to put their resources behind the legacy product. And they kind of engaged with the developing product and the new product, but they didn't put enough resources behind it. So what happened was they delivered their revenue target. But because that revenue target wasn't broken down in accordance with the three different product groups, they didn't develop the developing market. They didn't capitalize on the new product. Therefore, they didn't deliver the incremental growth that they could have delivered. And more worryingly, they allowed the competition to gain a foothold in that new space. So, whilst on the surface, yes, they were successful, when you really looked into it, they failed to deliver the strategy. So, how can you actually ensure that you've got the right strategies for you? Well, one process that I really like to do is to really pressure test your strategies. And how I do this is think of three critical factors that can significantly impact your business. And then what's happening with those factors in the market today, and what could happen in the future. And when you look to the future, does that suddenly look very risky? It can have a negative impact on your business, or does it look like, hang on a minute, there's something here that we haven't stepped into yet, being a new opportunity? And is there something else that is new to you that you haven't seen before because you haven't really pressure tested it and thought, what if? And if you do that, what that really helps you to do is it helps you mitigate risks. It helps you really jump into those white spaces to play. And as I say, you rethink your approach, you unlock the growth opportunities, and you start to shape the market and your future, not just be part of it. And you're not at the mercy of market factors. And then I heard a really good quote the other day, which I thought really sort of sat with this. The more time you spend with this part of the framework, the stronger your plans will be. And as Einstein said, and much as I'd love to think I'm in his class, it's a great quote. It's not that I'm smart, it's just that I stay with the problem longer. And this really resonates to this part of the framework. By doing that, what you'll get, if you take the signature program, you'll get cohesive multi-channel strategy that is relevant, actionable, globally repeatable, and it's been pressure tested. With the bespoke program, in addition, you'll have a tailored multi-channel revenue accelerator map, which looks out beyond the current year. It'll look out to the next 2, 3 years, whichever is applicable to your business. So next we step into the workshop activation. And why is it important to workshop this? Within your business, you have a wealth of expertise and perspective. And by doing this, we can ensure that all angles are considered. And also it establishes that shared vision and priorities, creating a unified approach to drive the outcomes. Everybody holds themselves accountable because they've actually built this plan. It's not been given to them, it's their plan. And how can you do that? One of the ways is by using my customer lifetime value framework to help you develop practical and actionable plans. This will help you transform your strategies into clear action-focused plans that are tailored to you and your customers' needs and are simple to execute. Again, I'm not going to go into the lifetime value framework today, but again, really happy to discuss this with you and give you a bit more information around this. And the outcome, the expectations are clear for all concerned and accountability is embraced. It will enable your team to act fast and they will be confident and they will deliver incremental revenue and profit growth. And finally, we step into the focused application. All businesses do this. We all know how to do it. Everybody has a KPI scorecard that we all dwell over and pick to pieces. But ask yourself, do you have the right lead measures in place? The lead measures are those that can really change behaviors. Your team have to do something, they have to take an action. And it is predictive of the outcome of the goal, and it gives your team accountability. and also followed up with regular cadence and consistency of project reviews. I'm a real advocate of using a one-page project charter that just is a snapshot in time and contains that information. What is it you've done so far? What were your actions this week? What do you need to do next week? Are there any roadblocks that the team needs help to unblock? Excuse me. And this will really help you stay on top of everything. And it will highlight if you need to course correct and allow you to do so quickly. And as I said, it will highlight any roadblocks. So now I'd just like to share with you a couple of results from previous clients, starting with this one. This is a UK customer and they're in the medical equipment manufacturing. Very successful business, delivering plus 10% year-on-year growth, but they actually wanted to accelerate their growth to 20% in their focus markets. So why they hired NSC? Well, they had a disjointed approach to their customer base, which led to a misalignment with the overall strategy, and it was really stalling their growth goals. They were facing rising competitive threats from the developing markets around the world, which were eroding their profitability, and their channels in markets were underutilized. There were clear opportunities that were not being leveraged. So they took my signature program, and what we delivered between us was a cohesive multi-channel strategy that's relevant, actionable, and is repeatable throughout their business. A bespoke model for understanding and leveraging the customer lifetime value and supporting commercial policies, and a strategy tailored to accelerate revenue growth and increase their competitiveness in their focus markets. And the results? Value-driven plans with partners that improve their ROI by implementing a customer lifetime value framework. They now have discussions on a long-term growth of the top 3 customers in each market. That is, they are now working with their customers to develop their strategies as opposed to trying to shoehorn the plans in. Delivered a major opportunity to grow a focus markets business from 3 million to 5 million, and projections are currently on target. And they had a confident, capable business development team who use their insights-driven framework to deliver their plans to their customers. So not only do the team have all that insight and knowledge, they are able to share it with their customers and to convince them that this is the right way forward and to come with them on this journey. And finally, I'd just like to share with you another one. This is another UK-based customer. This time it's a healthcare company. And why did they hire NSC? They had a misaligned strategy in key initiatives, resulting in them missing their targets, and their brand share was just standing still. There was a lack of integration and alignment amongst functional stakeholders, and that resulted in siloed operations. So, yes, they were all heading towards the same goal, but they were not moving together, and it became very disconnected. And they wanted help to build a cohesive go-to-market plan and ensure excellent execution. And by that, read simple, easy, fast. So they chose a bespoke program. They had lots of differing needs with multiple stakeholders and customers that they had to unify. So we delivered a tailored program designed specifically to meet those unique needs. And we engaged all those functional stakeholders to establish a shared vision and align the priorities and create a results-driven approach. And we ran numerous workshops to uncover the new spaces to play, gain that deeper understanding of the value to be had, and unlock those category opportunities to accelerate growth. And the results? This is a full trading year following implementation of the plan. They achieved 8% growth outperforming the category, which is growing at 3.3% and generating millions in additional revenue. They increased their market share by 3 percentage points, and they improved their ROI through enhanced efficiency with their customer lifetime value framework. The team were very clear on the expectations and they had full accountability, and they also felt they had permission to try something new. They could do something different. And the feedback was that this made them feel really empowered, which is really important and great to hear. And as it says there, we managed to translate the insights into their opportunities, and we did it in multiple channels in markets. Excuse me. So today I've introduced you to how you can leverage my 4 steps to rapid growth framework, unlock significant revenue growth, and successfully execute your strategy and achieve your 2025 plans. As I said before, this does not have to be a lengthy process. Use my 6 levers for growth framework to identify those untapped areas of growth quickly and efficiently, and sharpen your competitive edge and outpace your competition. Enables you to build more effective strategic customer relationships and increase your return on investment. And you can future-proof your business and win and thrive in today's challenging markets with my multi-channel revenue accelerator map. And just to reiterate once again, it's simple, it's effective, it doesn't need to take a long time. And I hope that you can see from the examples, its simplicity and the game-changing results that it can deliver for you. So I think I've been speaking for quite long enough now. So I'll pause there. And does anybody have any questions? Or Jane, are there any questions in the chat, please?
I think we have got a couple of questions. Bev, first of all, would you like to ask yours?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. First of all, Nikki, thanks very much for a really informative webinar. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thanks, Bev.
But my question was, I'm just wondering, in today's challenging environment where businesses have really got to be choiceful about where they spend and place their resources, what would you recommend that they focus on?
I would always recommend to make sure you've got a cohesive multi-channel strategy. It's really proven to have a direct correlation to revenue growth and incremental ROI, and it positively impacts so many areas of the business, building collaboration and future-proofing. So it's not just about that channel strategy, it's the holistic impact that it has on the business as well.
Thanks, Nikki. Thank you.
Thanks, Bev.
I've also had a question submitted by someone who wasn't able to attend today, but they wanted to know, what would you recommend as the simplest and quickest opportunity for them to drive growth in 2025?
Actually, it's one of the things set on the screen here today. It's the customer lifetime value framework. You'd be surprised how many businesses don't actually have one of these. But it really does make a change. And as it says there, it really helps you focus your efforts and how you build those strategic customer relationships. One thing I constantly hear is I've got to keep all my customers happy. And yes, you do, but you don't have to keep them happy all in the same way. And this is what the customer lifetime value framework does. It really builds that for you. And also, if you've already got one, ask yourself, are you actually using it as a live document, or have you done the exercise and popped it in the drawer, never to see the light of day again? It's a living document, and it really, it does. It delivers fast, significant changes.
That's great. Thank you. They're the only questions that we've had submitted, unless anyone else would like to come off mute and ask Nikki anything while you've got the opportunity.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for your time today, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here with us. Just in closing, I'd like to share with you the ways in which I generally tend to work with my clients. I have the signature program that I spoke to you about just now, or the bespoke program, or I also do signature days as well. And if you'd like to know more about these, or you would like to have a 45-minute conversation where we can get to know each other better, or if you want to know a little bit more about any of the frameworks that I've introduced to you today, then please book a discovery call. Or if you would like a more in-depth discussion about and clarity on the challenges in your business today, what you need to resolve, and what your desired outcomes are. For people who've signed up to our session today, I'm actually offering a free 2-hour Zoom session where we can do that. We can really dig in and understand where I could potentially help you. So, in closing, I'd just like to say again, thank you so much for your time and for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure being here with you, and I hope to see you soon. Many thanks.